Hey, hi everyone. So welcome to AD Academy. So today we will start with another mock interview session. Today we have Amit Kumar with us. So welcome Amit. It
Yeah,
would be nice. It would be nice if you give a short introduction about yourself.
yeah, myself Amit, and currently I'm working as a senior software engineer in Tiger Analytics, especially related to the Azure data warehouse and data factory. Mostly I'm specialized in the Azure part and SQL part. Here I'm working. Before that, I also worked for the AWS, WNS Global Services that is based on Gurgaon. And apart from this, I have completed my master MS Research from IIT Madras and BTech in mechanical engineering from Guru Gobind Singh Trust University, Delhi. So that's all background I have. And after that, I have completed 1 year certification course from IIT Roorkee in machine learning and data engineering.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Thanks for giving a brief introduction about yourself. So let me begin the round one. So could you explain or describe a challenging data engineering problem which you have faced and how you resolved it?
Yeah. So in my last project, we were working for the migration, data migration. It was on before that it was on prem. But what we are trying to do, we are trying to bring all those infrastructure on the cloud. So basically, initially it was look like a very simple project. Even for my seniors as well, architect level seniors, they also feel like it's quite easy project. We can do within like 1 month or 1.5 months. But when we started the project, we have faced multiple issues because we are like earlier we have some primary table. So on top of that, they have created some secondary table by joining multiple primary table. Okay. And after that, they are taking data into some other database or in the Power BI report, they have created some query. So when we started this project, so our goal is to replace the secondary table, like physical
Hmm.
secondary table with Parquet file so that we can save the storage cost, we can save the computational cost. Okay. But problem is, and one more limitation was there, we don't need to, we don't have the option to use dedicated SQL code. We have only option to use the serverless SQL code. So these are the conditions. So the serverless SQL will have their own limitations because they are on built by the Microsoft and you have a limited space and limited capability. So when we started, then we like dumped the data in from the primary table to Azure like ADLS Gen 2. Okay, Azure Data Factory Storage Gen 2, and we in the form of the Parquet file. Okay, so that saves a lot of space because Parquet file is 100 times compressible compared to the other
Right.
files. Okay,
Hmm.
so that is fine. But on top of that, we are creating the secondary table by joining the multiple Parquet file. So main challenge was here. So like uh, m- accessing the data with serverless SQL pool, it was very challenging because it was taking lot of time. So to fix this one, what we did, we have created the indexing. We have done indexing. We have like done the incremental parts. So it was quite challenging. And after that, when we like bring data into the secondary table in the form of the like the Parquet file that we have created. Two, and one more limitation was there. We have a Synapse database, right? But Synapse database in the serverless also have some limitation to store the data. So we need to store data to the other server. Okay, that is a different server. So when we are shifting data from the one server to the other server, then suddenly we are finding that the data type is not matching because of the Parquet file. Okay, so Parquet file have their own limitation. They have their own data type defined. You cannot change the data type in the Parquet file, right? So after creating all those infrastructure, all those things, and while we are testing, we went into the production, like we are about to go into the production, like hypercare period time. Then we realize that there is some data mismatch is there, and due to that, they are taking the more time. Okay, so then we have went through all the table and fixed the source and a target type data type. So it was like quite challenging. So after that,
Okay,
we are fixing all those issues.
fine.
The project
Mhm.
is fine now.
Okay, okay. And like since you have mentioned about this handling this incremental data loads, so what specific strategy you used, like to perform incremental data loads in Azure
Yeah.
Data Factory?
Yes, yes. So incremental data load means, suppose, as I mentioned, we are using the servers, right? So some tables data are quite huge. It
Mm,
might be like 200 GB, 300 GB. So you cannot load all the data in one go, right? Because that is going to take a lot of time, and you have to minimize that. So for that, what we are doing, we have created one watermark column table. Okay, and we are loading at a particular day only those data that got updated within like last update to this update. Okay, so this is kind of incremental. So that will optimize the performance, that will optimize your storage capability as well. You are not going to load all the data on the daily basis, right? You're just going to load the incremental data what you have get updated in the last few hour or few days. So that is called the incremental data, and it is quite good if you are have limited capability resources.
mm. Okay, okay, fine. And how do you connect like Azure Data Factory to different data sources, such as on-premises data bases or cloud storage or any SaaS application?
So basically, we need to create the link services. Okay, whenever you are going to connect with the links, you need to create the link services to the on-prem services to the Azure Data Factory, and you have to create one like I'm not able to recall the exact name of the service. Okay,
Mhm.
so
You tell me the
auto
approach,
run
like,
something is there.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. There is, you need to create one more services, and after that you will be able to get the data from the on-prem services to the cloud. Okay,
Mm,
so that's not a very difficult task. That's quite easy. Just like need some infrastructure kind of things. So that is not a very difficult task.
okay, okay. Could you explain the process of setting up a data pipeline in Azure Data Factory?
Data pipeline. I didn't got your question properly. Could you come again?
Yeah, so can you explain the process of how you can set up the data pipeline? So, like,
Okay.
what are the defined activities available in Azure Data Factory and how you use them and how you set up the
Mhm.
different data pipeline when you are using Azure Data Factory?
Okay, so especially in the kind of the when you are going to deal some business problem, you are going to solve the business problem. In that case, basically we are not going to take copy from we are not going to copy one table or two table. Okay, we are going to
Mm,
copy a list of table, and you are not going to do manually. So what we used to do, we used to create a config file, and you are storing that config file at some particular location, and you are taking that configuration, all those table, and you have defined it dynamically, the database name and table name, and using a for each activity. And before for each activity, you can use the like get metadata activity. So that will give you the all the table name. Okay, and after that you can use the for each activity, and inside the for each activity you will use a copy activity. It kind of a loop kind of things. Okay,
mhm,
like for loop or while loop. So that will take data for the each table, that will take the table name of the each table and copy the data from the source to the destination.
mm,
Okay, so there are multiple activity that you are going to use. Like one is the config, sorry, uh, one is the get metadata activity. Then you are going to use the for each activity. First will be the lookup activity. First will be the lookup activity that will take the configuration file data. Okay, whatever table you have listed down in that configuration file. Then you are going to take, then you are going to use the for each activity. So for each activity, take all the configuration file, and it will iterate one by one. And inside the for each activity, you will use the copy activity. So that copy activity will copy the data from source to destination, wherever you are copying. Okay. After that, you can use some metadata creation part. Okay. uh, like you can use the some other activity like watermark column table to update the watermark column table. You can use the copy activity. If you want to run any store procedure on top of it, then you can use the store procedure activity. So these three are basic main activity. One is lookup activity, for each activity, and copy
Got it.
activity. Th-
Mm,
these you have to use. These are must.
okay, okay, fine. And how do you monitor and debug any data pipelines? Like if there is any kind of problem is happening, then how do you monitor it and debug it?
So in the Azure, basically we have one monitoring page. Uh, can I say my screen?
Yes, sir, sure.
This is my this is my personal laptop I'm using, and I have a personal account. Okay.
Okay, sure. I have to make you host. Just a minute.
Yeah, yeah. I guess you have disabled the settings.
Yeah, yeah,
Azure.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So you can see here, you can, this is the pencil icon for the pipeline. Whatever pipeline you want to create, you can create here. I have created one, just I was just practicing the thing. So I have created one small pipeline, that is the copy activity. It's copying data from one source to the other source. You can see here by going this activity, you can see the source, what are the source, this is the data set, what is the link services that I have used. You can see the link services name. Okay. Similarly, in the sync side, you can see the data set, sync data set name. This one is right,
Mm-hmm.
sync data set.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can go to inside this, you can see the link services, whatever the link services you have. Here I am using one like a fixed table, so I have given the table name. You can define this one dynamically as well. Okay, so all this operation you can perform in this like pencil activity. Okay, that is the pipeline you can do. After that, you have the one monitoring tab, so you can monitor here whatever the pipeline is running. So what you can see the date here as well. One pipeline I have run today, that is the
Mm-hmm.
21, and one pipeline that I have run yesterday. So this pipeline fails. So how you can what you can do, you can go to the error part, and you can see the error.
Right. Mm.
So you can see the error, what is the error, and you can fix this one accordingly. Okay,
Okay.
you have to
Mm.
observe the error. So it's basically showing that there is an inserting error. So while inserting the data, it faces some error. Okay, and if you want to understand more, then you can read this one. The failure happen on the sync side, error code this one. So like this, you can
Fine.
monitor the uh, Azure Data Factory.
Okay. And based on the error, you can come back and then you can
Yes, you
fix on
can
the
come back
pipeline.
and fix. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Great. Fine. Yeah. Then this completes the round one. We will